Okay, this video is about changing the blend door actuators on a 2003 Buick Century. It has the manual adjustment for a temperature on the left and on the right side. Okay, so there's two blend door actuators. This video after this clip, on the right hand side, it's not too bad changing that actuator. You'll see it in my video. And there's one on the left side that you kind of get to underneath here, and that's a little more difficult to get to, but I'm not even a mechanic, and I got to it, so it's possible to be done. And if somebody tells you got to take out the whole dash, you know, they're wrong, because you don't have to. This car also doesn't have a back seat heater. You know, I've heard stuff like that. Well, you know, you only have one blend door if you have if there's no backseat heater, but there's no backseat heater anyways, and there's two blend door actuators. Okay, and then there was a lot of questions I saw online where people were wanting, well, hey, which blend door actuator is it? You know, so anyways, here's a little idea of maybe how to figure that out. Okay, turn on the light. But if you want to kind of test to see which actuator might be bad, and on this car it happened to be both actuators, what you could do is you want to put it on a vent, because when you put it on a vent, it definitely separates the left and the right actuators working. Put it on a vent, and then let's say you want heat out of both, and so you put it on whatever, up a little bit. If the right door actuator was working, when you have this up, you'll feel hot air, and then if you brought the right side down, it would be cold or cool, on that side. Now, say you wanted heat, on both sides, and say cold air was coming out of here, and you had this all the way up on the left side, and say it was cold air, and you did this, and obviously it'd still be cool or cold air. Went up and it's still cold, then your driver's side blend door actuator is screwed up. Alright, so that's one way of doing it. And also, say you had your AC on, you press your little AC button, and this was one of the cases what would happen with this car actually. And say, I wanted cool air. Well, this side was blowing hot air, the right side was blowing hot air, and the left side would get cool, but I could adjust it. Well, what was happening is the right blend door actuator was stuck on the hot position. It was stuck on hot, and it's like just simply a little door that when you go in there and take out the actuator, you'll see this blend door, the little knob that sticks out, and you could twist it, and you'll hear it open and close the door. It's the same thing on the left side too. But anyways, that's what was happening with this car. It was stuck on hot, so when I put on AC, it was still blowing out hot air, but this side was actually working for the AC. Alright, so there's that, and then I did let you know what happened on this car. When I wanted to start using a hot, to get it hot for the winter time, this side was actually stuck on the cool, the blend door or whatever. It was like closed, I assume, or whatever, so it wasn't allowing any heat, so I couldn't get any heat. So on this side, and nothing would happen. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea what's going on. Anyway, so there's two blend door actuators. They're both the exact same module that you buy. All right, because you go to parts stores, O'Reilly's or AutoZone or whatever, I ask them, is there a different left and right one? And they say no, it just shows one. Well, you could use, it's the same blend door actuator that you use on both sides. Okay, so hopefully it helps you out. And this car, it's working great, and I'm very pleased. I was surprised it wasn't really that bad changing it. Alright, hey, good luck to you, and if you've been posting videos, I know I definitely appreciate it, because I've used a bunch of self-help videos. So good luck, and have a good day. Alright, 2003 Buick Century. You can see it has the manual adjusters on each side for temperature. All right, it's a big giant mess. Sometimes it blows hot out of the right side, AC on the left, sometimes heat on the left, cold on the right, depending on, if you have it on heat or AC. So I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart. And the temperature blend actuator or something like that it's called. So underneath here, I'm going to start off by just pop that off and pop this off right here. Fastener, I get a pair of pliers and bring it around here on each side and pull down on it. That gets it out. There's actually 3 of those little fasteners. There's another one. It's back here a little bit. So this just comes off right here. Oh, sorry, this comes off, no problem. And you got some bolts under here. Just gonna remove these. There and so forth. 7mm. The glove box on the right side has a little wire that kind of hooks. It has this little elastic or whatever hook that goes right off, hangs right onto this side, and then you have to kind of wiggle the whole thing out a little bit. It comes out. It's a little bit of a hassle, but it's not bad. And then when I look inside here, that's the temperature door actuator right there. So this wire just pulled out. It wasn't a problem. This little wire harness. And the bolt on there looks like 7/32 actually fit it. It was a little bit loose, but it seems like it fits. Here's the temperature door actuator I'll be putting in. You can see it back there. You got the wires, off on the left side. So you can see there's going to be one bolt, 2, and 1 up here. That's got to come off. So it is. I'll take that off. Shouldn't be that big of a hassle. Okay, in here, that thing right there, I was able to turn it so it wasn't froze. It was actually a little bit tight, but it let go, and that's one of the things they want you to do to make sure it's not jammed and locked in for some crazy reason. Maybe something fell in there or whatever. So anyways, mine turned. I used a pair of pliers, got in there, but I didn't really have to turn it too hard, but my hands wouldn't do it at first. But after, I was able to use my hands. Okay, that's the old one. I'm just going to go ahead and roll these controls right here and see if this thing moves a little bit. Okay, that doesn't move. I'm looking at this part right here. It should be turning, I believe. I know you can't really see, but you might be able to hear it. So it's moving back and forth now, so there's definitely nothing locked in there. Plugged in a new one, and we're just going to look at this little piece of plastic thing right here. Actually, I can turn it around, you'll see the plastic on that side. And by the way, when you clip it in, when you take your old one off, you do just squeeze on these, to pull this part up right there. But anyways, you're going to see, I'm going to move these back and forth like this, both sides, and watch what happens on this plastic wheel here. See it turning slowly. Let me kind of go that way so you can see a little bit better. I'll move it back down. So it's definitely turning. The other one wasn't turning, and I would certainly think that should. I got it back in there, and I'm going to move my right side, and you'll see little knob moving around a little bit. See how it goes. You can see up in the top right corner it's turning, and I can feel the cool air coming in, and then I go put it back up to heat, and the heat's working. Okay, and then if I do the left manual side, this side, nothing will happen, as I tested before. see nothing happen. So that's what tells me the right side. There's there's two actuators in here, and so that's what I'm going to look at and inquire next. What's interesting is I can get when I put on AC, I'll get my let me get the heat off first, and I'll start getting cold air coming out. Cold air, okay, on both sides. I want to go ahead and try to do the heat again. I'll start getting the heat on the passenger side, and then on the driver's side it's just cool. Okay, so that's what's going on. And you know, it's probably like 50 degrees outside, so it's just blowing cool air. So it's not AC air, but this cooler temperature air outside. Just a little side note, you know, I may have not needed to take this bottom part off. It is a little bit helpful though when you come up around this way to mess with it, but I think you could actually get through to everything here without popping the bottom off. Of course, I busted off one of the little fasteners, you know. That seems to be the norm. Okay, I want to get rid of this part underneath, right above the pedals. There's the little fasteners on there. So I'll just remove those, and see if I can get a little more space in there. Okay, I had one fastener on the right, one right over here on the left, and just pulled right off after that. Okay, so again, the whole thing, all you gotta really do is take off this this part, just the kind of like little insulation thing, and then you'll be able to see your blender actuator. Yeah, it's kind of straight up that way on this side of this, but kind of right above it, if you can see that. And I had a couple of pictures earlier. So, all right, well, hey, good luck. And you know, some people are saying that, oh, you have to take the radio out, take the dash apart, and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's all bull crap, because you don't have to. So don't let somebody say they got to take everything all apart, because you don't have to. And I don't have any kind of back heater in this car either. So anyways, that's what's going on. Good luck to you. Okay, after I took the cover off, sure enough, so I'm just coming right back underneath. There's your gas pedal. If you look straight up, here it is. With a little sticker on the side of it. So I'm going to undo the screws and undo the wiring, and that should take care of it. And get another one, put it in. Alright. It actually wasn't horrible getting this out. The two bolts, I was able to get to one pretty quick. I think it was this one right here. And then, you know, when you're going around, you could feel like this little groove. You can't see the little bolt in there, but you follow your finger on the groove, and you could get it on there. And then you have the wire connection, which is pulled off. So I'll take a look at the size of the bolt right here. I'm sorry, the wrench, and it looks like 7/32. Took it off. There you go. Alright, here's my old one. There's the new one. They match. If you do notice, what's going to be important is see how this is kind of facing up. It's like 11 o'clock region. This is facing like the 9 o'clock region. So what I got to do is make sure that the little knob inside there is facing, you know, 9 o'clock or horizontal. Okay, so I'm going to turn this knob here so it's horizontal. Let me try to get to this, bring my left side down. You'll be able to see this thing spinning right now if you watch it. It was kind of slow, but it turns kind of up vertical. So this thing's spinning. So it's working. I'll go ahead and put it in place, put the screws in, and I should be in pretty good shape here. Alright, I got it in there, and I just have to make sure it works. You could see it possibly going back and forth here. Okay. And it's turning just slowly at the top. I know the whole actuator is moving a little bit because I don't have the bolts in there yet, or the little screws, but looks like it's going to work. There's no obstructions. I'll put these screws in and be done. Alright, I just checked everything out. Got some nice warm air over here. Of course, it's like mid-November in Youngstown, Ohio, so. But it's working nice, and if I want to back it down a little bit, I'll bring it all the way down on this side. Cool air's coming. Everything's working great. One thing I didn't try is I'm just going to try this AC just for the heck of it, because that was something that should be checked out. Let's see. Oh, let's get the heat off, of course. And here comes the cool air here, cool air there. Yep, we're in business. Alright, hey, again, I hope that helps you out, and good luck to you. And once again, thanks for all you who post all them videos and all that stuff. Helps me out a lot.